Here's my 1989 Honda Civic hatchback. I'm going for a California smog check that happens every 2 years. And there's a few things that I do to just get ready for that. I am suggesting the following pre-smog procedures for older vehicles that require tailpipe emissions tests. The tailpipe emissions tests in California are currently required on gasoline-powered vehicles 1999 and older, or on 1997 and older diesel-powered vehicles. One of the first things I do is to change the oil. And I don't drive this much, so I get maybe about 2,500 miles every 2 years or so. It's good to have an oil change every at least 5,000 miles or so. The recommended oil for this model is a 5W30. I put a new oil filter in also. There's the oil pan. Drop the oil into that plastic bin. There is the oil filter. You can loosen that by hand. Oftentimes you can just take this off by hand, but sometimes you need these wrenches. Take it out, turn it over. There's a little bit of oil coming out now. Into the pan. I wipe the area around the drain. Then I screw the drain plug back in. You don't want to strip, you want to tighten it so it's snug, but don't over tighten it. You put a film of oil on the seal, on the ring there, that black ring, so when you take it off again it'll come off easier. Just want to hand tighten it snug so that next time you can take it off. I've never had a problem with this, just doing it hand tight. I think it takes about 4 quarts. You definitely do not want to overfill. I'll check the dipstick later. Just want to get it right. Another thing I do is to change the air filter or clean it. There's 4 bolts here, 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 and here. I've already loosened the bolts. Air filter. As I said before, I don't drive this too often, so the air filter is fairly clean, but it was a little dusty. I tapped it out. For about a week before I go to do the smog check, I also put in some fuel cleaner. 2 are recommended by Scotty Kilmer. One of them is called the 505 CRF cleaner. The other one is the MaxClean Royal Purple. Both of them have this active ingredient. It's a solvent called polyetheramine. I install a new oxygen sensor. This is an NTK, and there's the model number. Always get the OEM model. For a Civic like this, get either a NTK or a Denso. Here's the connector for the oxygen sensor. You can hopefully see the oxygen sensor down there where the wire is leading and connecting to. To take this connector off, you have to pull with your thumb on this tab here, and then at the same time pull the connector. It's very hard, but it comes out. There is the oxygen sensor. Sometimes these oxygen sensors are stuck. You gotta get the wrench adjusted properly. Fortunately, this one is coming off easy. There's the new one. I like to install these oxygen sensors myself because it's much cheaper. This is relatively inexpensive. I bought it online. They've already got some anti-seize on there. You hand tighten it, then you tighten it about 3/4 or a half a turn with a wrench. Next, I snap in the oxygen sensor electrical connection. The 4 simple steps that I took before the smog test are: oil and filter change, clean the air filter, change the oxygen sensor. After pouring in the Royal Purple MaxClean fuel system cleaner, I drove around for about 1 week.